This is take 4, I think. Oh my god, this is just ridiculous. Oh gosh, it's Angelina, Sparkling Diva, and I am. I've done a spread, well, a reading for you on the summer solstice, and every time when I'm in the recording, I want to move the camera or whatever, and then I press the wrong button, and the freaking thing stops. I press the stop button or some other button on my phone, and then the recording stops. It's like, oh my god, I've been busy for an hour. Can you believe it? And I haven't done anything. Well, I've done a lot, but not really the reading at all. I seriously started an hour ago. Unbelievable. I will show I will show you again what I've set up and explain everything yet again for a 4th or 5th time. I can't even remember now. But I've done, if you want a quick reading, then like 1-2 minute and that's it, then this is not for you. Because this is, well, a longer reading. It's likely going in a second recording. Because it does that automatically after 46-47 minutes. I can't help that. And I don't care either. I just want to have fun and enjoy it. I do not want to be rushed into anything. Yeah. The summer solstice, I'm going to show you the layout in a minute. The summer solstice, we're almost there, right? The energies are already building up. There's a lot going on at the moment. A lot is happening. And I can feel it myself for, well, since some 3 to 4 days or something, I think. This feeling of like, I don't know. I just don't know, you know, just, you know, I'd like, and the funny thing is, that's what this summer solstice, the energies, there's also portal activations and shifts and Lord knows what else going on, has to do with that. Like, thinking about, am I doing what I actually want to be doing? Am I still in alignment with my heart's calling, my soul path, with what I really want to do and should be doing? And with that also comes the question, what in my life has passed its sell-by date? And that's what this reading is based on. Actually, the choices you can make are based on that, on you getting into that feeling and knowing of what it is that should leave your life and how that makes you feel. And that's what we're going to focus on in a minute. Am I going to do that right away, or I'll show you the setup first. Hopefully I'm not going to press the wrong button yet again. I'll show you the setup first. Right, well, there we have it. It's kind of like a flowchart reading. First I want you to choose from these 5 cards, sets of cards at the top. Not yet, you don't have to do that yet, don't bother. And then you have to make a choice based on that card. Of course, I'm going to show it to you then. And the choice you make, now I'm looking for words now, I'm lost. Well, these come from that. There's a 1, 2, 3 choice in here, and that's 1, 2, 3. And that I'll explain when we get there as well. So it's kind of like a flow chart. We first choose from the top, and then we get here another choice, and then that defines whether you get that or that. There's all different decks that I'm using. I've got crystals. I felt that we needed the element of fire, and I have a figurine of the goddess Anuket there. And I'm not certain if she is a fire goddess. She's a fertility goddess, river of the River Nile. I think she is a fire goddess, I'm not certain. She really wanted to be here, and my Green Witch tarot deck also wanted to be there on the altar cloth. I don't know why, but I just go with my intuition. A huge chunk of tremelated quartz to deal with negative energies, and for the fire element, carnelian, and a candle, a tea light. And I also put my flowers, a tiny vase with flowers from my garden. It really wanted to be here as well. And my singing bowl, I'm going to use that in a minute, and I hope that's going to be okay. I'm not certain how loud that is going to be recorded by a phone, but we'll find out. If it's too loud, I'm never going to do that again. I'm going to put the camera back. Alright, now I don't know whether I said that, because this is take 4 or 5. But it's not going to be a very quick reading, okay? Yeah, I did say that, I did. I'm just going to enjoy this, even though I might get hungry at some point, because it's almost 5, but it doesn't matter. I want you now to think about what in your life has outlived its purpose. What actually should you allow to leave your life? So there can be something, it can also be a person, right? So just think about that. What should you allow to leave your life? What has served its purpose? If you find it difficult, then think about your current situation and think of being in the exact same situation 10 years from now. The exact same situation. How does that make you feel? The thought of being in the exact same situation a decade from now. And based on that, if that doesn't feel good to you, you can think of why doesn't it feel good to you? What would you want different 10 years from now? Would you then want to be in a happy relationship? If you're honest, would you want to be in maybe a different relationship? Would you maybe want to live somewhere else? Have more abundance, more freedom? So just sit with that. Oh God. I hope you can hear the sound bowl. I hope you know what it is that you want different, what you know should leave your life. So then I'm going to turn the cards around so you can make a choice. Okay, now I want you to think of this thing or person, whatever it is that it has outdated its purpose in your life, and with what feeling do you actually want that to leave your life? Think about if something went wrong there. With what feeling do you want that to leave your life, or how does it make you feel to think about that leaving your life? Does it actually feel like kind of joyful? With the rainbow, it's kind of joyful. Plotting a new course, then you're number 1. Do you feel a sense of urgency? You know, like, look at that, the ship is on fire. And at some point the ship is going under, and then you need to go somewhere else. Is it like I want to go there now. Oh yes, I really want to have that. I want that change now, or want to do that now, or have that now, whatever. Is there a sense of urgency? Can also be more a fear-based urgency. It doesn't matter, any sense of urgency. Then you're number 2. Or does this resonate with you? This is more like, I'm not certain. I'm not certain. Am I going to go on that train or not? Am I going to go back into the waiting room? Maybe I should wait for the next train. Or maybe I shouldn't go on a train at all. Maybe I should just go home. I don't know. When you're doubting, having second thoughts, then that's your set. That's number 2. Number 3, if you have a sense of adventure, like you're really wanting to go out there, and you also know that if you do, you can't go back. There's no turning back once you get on that boat. If that is how you feel about it, you can't wait to leave, and it's like, wow, yeah. And then that's you. And if you just don't know, if you just really don't know, you know, there's this balloon up in the air, you can't see what's in it. Is the balloon actually moving? Is it going anywhere? Is it just hanging there? You don't know what to do with it. Maybe you should just leave it, go home and whatever. And you just don't know. You just really don't know. So this is even stronger than being in 2 minds, than being in doubt. You just really don't know. You haven't a clue. Then this is your set. I did that deliberately because I felt there were people who needed this extra option. So if that resonates with you, then number 5 is for you. Then that is your set. And the other cards, the other options will come later. You can follow the timestamps for that. We'll do that later. Alright, numbers 1. I am going to show you the cards. I'm just telling you that I am going to hold them in such a way that I can read them and it's comfortable for me, because I have a neck injury, and if I sit like this, and you know, so you can see them clearly, which I understand for you is really nice and handy. But then I get problems with my shoulder and my back and my neck, and I do not want that anymore. That's why I'm not doing so many readings anymore, because it's too taxing, too difficult for my neck. I can't handle that physically. So I have to make myself comfortable. So this is for you, the numbers 1. You get the first card is this. The light hasn't come on either. That's going to be really annoying. But yeah, I hope you can see still. The increscent moon, 6 of keys. A sculptor. I feel that you have done a lot of work. You've got a lot of knowledge. You first have learned to sketch and to do portraits, and then you took it to a higher level. Then you started sculpting, and you can do that really well. You've got all these sculptures there. You've become a master at that, at doing that. And I feel that it's time for you to venture out into the world, so to speak. Like, go outdoors a bit more. I get the sense that you've been doing this for the same thing over and over for years on end. Like, for instance, like a housewife being at home, cleaning the house and looking after the children, raising the children, and cooking food, doing the shopping and getting the groceries in. And then at some point the children leave the nest, and then all you've done your entire life is this, the same thing over and over. And there's nothing wrong with that, but then it's really time for something new. And that is just an example. I'm not saying that this is what you went through, like being this housewife. It's just an example. Whatever it is that you've been doing it for long enough. It's time for a change. You have to do something different now. And yeah, you have to, and also don't get, when you do that, if you feel that resonates, that you want to change, you want to do something different, and you are really good at that, but you can take that with you, the wisdom and everything that you have learned from this, you can take that with you. But I feel in a way that you wanting that change and wanting something new or different will cause some upheaval. Like maybe your partner, if you have a partner, isn't going to be happy about it, or your family doesn't think it's a smart move. You know, this could also be, for instance, that you have been in the same job for I don't know, years on end, and now you want something different. You want to change. You've seen it all, you've done it all, you want something different. You're a master. You can do more, and you want more. And there's someone who's not going to be happy about it. Yeah, but you got a contract now, you got a regular, steady job, and blah, blah, blah. And there is going to be, I feel there is going to be some conflict, drama. But don't get sucked into that. Learn to communicate. Learn to just communicate and compromise if need be. You know, because, yeah, sometimes that's the best thing to do as well, because there are no winners in this situation. If there's going to be conflict, there are no winners. Even if you win this battle, even if you win the war, you're still going to lose out, because you are going to lose knights. Some of your knights are not going to make it alive out of this battle, so you will lose. And why go there? You know, there's no need. There is no need. I also feel healthy boundaries, because if you'd had boundaries in between here, a healthy boundary, you wouldn't have to go to battle over these boundaries. So I feel also having healthy boundaries. Maybe you went along with something for a long time and just let it happen, and now all of a sudden you want this change, you want to get out of this situation doing the same thing, and you know, you've done it all, seen it all, and just allowed that to happen, even though maybe you didn't even want to become a sculptor. Maybe you wanted to do something completely different, you know, but you went along with it because of whatever, and then now you want that change. Now, healthy boundaries. I feel boundaries as well with this, healthy boundaries. And I do feel this is to do with the home front for many of you, because I feel like there's this home, this castle, and there's another home, and these come from that castle, and those come from that castle, and they're going to battle. They feel there is this home, a conflict at home. But the time is right. The time is really right, because there's summer, the summer card, and everything is ripe, everything is growing, and it's fertile, and you can actually move away right now, do something different. You can leave stuff behind, because seeds have been planted, the work has been done, and it's not time to, you know, to harvest yet. So there's plenty of time for you to now do something else, to have that change. This time, whatever this is, that's what you have to let go of out of your life. That has passed its sell-by date. It's time for something new. It's time for something. I get this. For you, I feel like it's going to be a completely, quite new direction in life, I think. It wouldn't surprise me at all. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Like, maybe you are indeed like this master sculptor. You know, you're really good at whatever it is you do, but is that actually what you wanted to do? Did he actually dreamt of becoming a master sculptor when he was a boy? Maybe he wanted to travel the world or something, you know, and not sit indoors. I do feel sitting indoors with this a lot. In the same house, indoors. Can also be in the office, of course, but can also be home. And you want that to change. Yeah, I wonder how that resonates. I'm going to move on to the numbers 2. The numbers 2, the ones who chose this, to look out with the urgency, the sense of urgency. Again, the same thing. I'm going to show you the cards, but I'm going to hold them so I can read them. Because I can't do a reading if I cannot see the cards, right? And because of my neck. You have the Oracle of Delphi. So I will show you the cards, but then I'll hold them up so it's comfortable for my body. And Archangel Gabriel, and the dark goddess Hine Nuete Po, trust. I feel for you concerning this, what has to leave your life, or what you know, what has served its purpose. It's important for you that you learn to communicate clearly, speak, communicate whatever it is that you need and want and in life. And that's because she, the Oracle of Delphi, Pythia, she needs that priest who's standing over there to translate her messages. And you need to be able to convey what it is that you need and want on your own, so you're not dependent. And I get to that because our Archangel Gabriel is there, and he has this crest of the god Mercury on his chest. And Mercury is also about communication, as is Archangel Gabriel. And so its communication is really important for you to learn to communicate clearly and properly, and just speak your mind. You know, you don't have to be afraid either. You don't have to hold back. It's perfectly okay within your right to tell the world and other people what it is you need and want in order to be happy and fulfilled. And also when you don't agree with something, that's perfectly okay. And I also feel there is a message in there for you to work together, be able to work together with people. But that isn't the same as being dependent upon them, right? That's not an equal partnership, so to speak, equally working together. And in a way, this is also equal because he needs her too, right? Without her, he doesn't have anything to say either. But that's not what I'm picking up for this reading right now. I feel like this is more like, yeah, you have to learn to convey your own messages. Be clear about that. Just speak up and from the heart, because I feel that from him. Speak from the heart with love and honesty and all that stuff, and speak from the heart with warmth and care. And you don't have to be like a bitch or anything, right? Just from the heart. But do learn to work together with other people as well. I feel that has been a problem for you. That you have worked together maybe in the past with people, but then you were kind of like dependent, or not the you made yourself like play second fiddle or something. You made yourself less important, or felt you were less important. Well, you mustn't do that anymore either. Stand up for yourself, for what you need and want, and vocalize that, communicate that, and then you will get respect as well from people. Then they will listen to you. And yeah, trust. Just trust in yourself, and trust that you can do it, and trust that you will get your needs met. But I also, with this feel, well, look at her, I don't know what it is exactly, a tattoo or something on her chin. It makes me feel as if she's not speaking the truth, or not being open and honest, really. And maybe you're afraid to do that because she's also turned her back to us as a viewer. So she's not really opening up, not maybe afraid to show her vulnerability. And maybe you feel that way as well if you open up, that you become vulnerable. If you are going to speak up, about what your needs are and what you really actually want. But you have to do that. And trust in other people, trust in yourself. This is really important. Trust your intuition. I get intuition with this. I don't know why. Really be honest and open. No BS, Speak from the heart. And that's what you have to do. Yeah. And then for the rest of the reading, you can use the timestamps. It's the path, what path you can choose or are going to choose, what it will bring you, etc. And that is connected to this, of course, right? Yeah. No more dependence. Standing up for yourself and learning to work together from equality, from being an equal, not from being the second fiddle, so to speak. And I think you also really want that, because there's this sense of urgency. And once you do that, there's no going back. But you don't want that either. Because of this fire, it's going to be like a transmutation. it's going to be like a transmutation. You're going to be completely renewed and cleansed. That you fear making that first step, I think. Yeah. Right. Numbers 3, the ones in two minds about going on that train or not. What we got here? We have the King of Scrolls and the Reflection card and the Ark of the Covenant card. And I feel that it's time for you to get out of your comfort zone. You should really get on that train. Stop doubting it. Stop doubting it. You really shouldn't go back into the waiting room, not wait for another train. This is the right train. Get on that bloody train. You know, you have achieved quite a lot, I think. You've got a lot of wisdom. You've investigated because there's all these scrolls. You've got the abundance and the wealth, and everything looks so nice and neat and sorted. And this is a wonderful, wonderful home. I wish my garden looked like that. It's wonderful, but it's also, there's this gate around it. You can look through the gate, and maybe you're longing to venture out of that garden, you know, to discover the world that is out there, but you're not doing that because, well, yeah, you got to take care of the home, and you got to keep working, so you keep that abundance going. And it's also really quite nice and comfortable. It's pretty, and it's comfortable. It's very comfortable. And getting on that train, well, am I going to be comfortable then? Where the hell is that train going? I don't know. Maybe I should just stay home and just sort that. Just go. It's time. You know enough. You've done enough. You're strong enough as well. You're a king. Even if you're a woman, you're a king. Wherever you're gonna go, wherever you end up, you're gonna be fine. You're a king. And here I see that too, you know, you going away and following your intuition as well. Follow your intuition. That's that light, that lantern on the boat here, on that little boat, a sail ship, boat, whatever. It feels like your inner guidance, your inner light is guiding you into the right direction. And this is not really going fast. This is going quite slow, but that's all right. You don't have to be in a hurry. And this says that as well. The Ark of the Covenant is that follow your intuition, follow your guidance, follow your soul path, your alignment, which is what this energy is all about now with the summer solstice, right? I said it at the beginning. But it's also about knowing when to take a break and knowing that it's okay to take a break. You don't have to get there yesterday. Right, be okay with that. It will come. You're on your way. But he has gone. He has left. He has departed, and that is part of your soul contract, so to speak. This is about your soul contract. Following that, and he has done that here. Because look at that here. This always reminds me of London. I don't know why. I like England. So this is London. He's on the railway station on the platform, and now here he's in Africa in the desert. So he has left. He has left. He has gotten on that train, and then he got on a ship, and he travelled. He followed his inner guidance, and then he got to the desert, and then it's like, well, I'm not certain now where I'm supposed to go, what I'm supposed to do. But that's alright, because stuff is happening here as well. Even though he's having a break, he is communicating with someone else, and that person, well, he's probably got interesting stories to tell, so he's learning from that, and, you know, getting wiser along the way, along your path. This is just following your path. This is following your path. Yeah. So stop being in two minds, whatever it is about. And it doesn't mean to say that you're literally having to go somewhere. It can also be figuratively. So it doesn't mean that you now have to go on a boat and a train and go to Africa or something, you know, or have to move house or whatever. It just can be figuratively as well, and that's also fine. The only thing that you must do is stop doubting and stop questioning, because you have to get on the train, no matter what it is about. I don't know. You have to get on your train because that is part of your soul path. You have to follow that. Yep. You still got that wealth, you know. Even if you get on a train, you're not going to lose your castle and everything you've accustomed, is that the right word? No. Well, whatever, I can't think of the right word. Accumulated, I think. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. You're not going to lose that. You're not going to lose that. You got that still. The king can travel, you know. His castle is not going to fall apart when he travels. So do that. Go, whatever it is that you asked about. And I'm going to move on to the numbers 4, who went for this journey card. Let's see where to start. Yes, oh yes, this. Let me get into that. I feel that we have the scribe here, the scribe Hilarion, and we have birth reversed, Joan of Arc, and a goddess Penthesilea, guilt. I feel with you, if you chose this, you really were eager to go on that journey, right? To leave that behind or whatever. I feel that you have been living from the head for quite some time. In a way, I think you have been living from the head for quite some time, because it's almost like an office, and the man is older, so he's been doing that for quite some time. He's got people working for him or under him. This is also Hilarion. It's also about the logical research, and so it's also from the head and from the mind. I get a sense that this has to do with work a lot. It doesn't have to. I mean, there was some interesting stuff with that card when it's reversed. Let me quickly look for it, because I haven't done the reversals of this deck often yet. Oh, right, yeah. Sometimes birth reversed indicates a difficulty in finding your purpose, which requires investigation now. You may be surprised to find the cues of your future purpose by looking into your past and even your past lives. Keep looking and do not be dismayed. Your new purpose is waiting to be born. It can also be about a delay with new beginnings, such as new jobs and creative processes. And but I feel that it is mostly for most of you to do with really not knowing your purpose. Having difficulty finding your purpose. And I think it's because well, then you could do some research, of course, like which is what Hilarion is about, but I really feel that you have been living from the head mostly, and that's why you can't find your purpose. That's why you can't find your purpose, because you have to tap into your intuition and into your heart. That's where you can find it. That's where you find it. Not in the head. Just find that passion. That passion to go on that ship and to sail off into the distant horizons and do some discovery. And that's not from the head, that's from the heart. And you don't know where you're going, likely, or where the ship is going to end up, or maybe you do, but this card says you don't, but that's all right. Just embark, you know, and on that journey. And I feel you want to leave this behind as well, that this is a stale setting, that you're done with that. You want to leave that. But then I feel that with Joan of Arc, that you feel, that you have to almost, well, this speaks of having to prove yourself. Not approving of yourself, but which is what you should do, but trying to prove yourself constantly to other people. And that's what these are doing in a way as over here. This is hard working. I feel this hard working, this, even though it doesn't really make you happy, but working, maybe trying to get more money, a better salary, and a promotion. I don't know. It can pertain to anything else as well, right? I'm just giving examples here. And maybe you even feel guilty for changing that, for not wanting that anymore. For wanting to follow your heart's desire. But you must deal with that, because it's your right to be happy as well. You know, you can also, you deserve that too, to have this upright, that happiness and new beginnings. And you don't have to be guilty, you don't have to prove anything to anyone. Stop living, tap into your feelings, really, your true heart's desire, and then you will know what your purpose is. Then you will know. And even if you don't know, then you will have that passion, so do you get on that boat and just start something new. Just that adventure, that sense of adventure. And then you will find your purpose in the end. But don't feel guilty about doing that. Don't have to feel guilty. That connects with this proving yourself. You don't have to prove yourself, so you also don't have to feel guilty for wanting to do something for you or wanting to follow your dreams. Yeah, that's what I'm getting for you. I hope that resonates, and then please use the timestamps to follow, to choose the path and where that will lead you, okay? Righty, numbers 5, the ones who choose the balloon up in the air. What you got is the, let's see, we start here, the 5 of Scrolls. With the second recording I will get the light of the camera on, okay? It started to get dark. Diversity, the Queen of Forces, the Buddha prepares, and we have 8 of Keys, the Master Artisan. So there's your cards. Then I'm going to read them. For you, it is time. Even though you I don't really connect with that again. Is that amazing or what? This is about this not knowing. I don't know what's in that balloon. Am I going in it or not? Is it going anywhere or not? This woman, she's on this balcony here. On this well, let's call it a balcony. Not also with that same doubt or not knowing, like she's just looking out over the hills and the stream or the river, and she's got all these scrolls, and she's got a lot of wisdom, and she's learned so much, and she's got a whole lot of abundance. It's just wonderful. Look at these books. Look at these books. She has studied, she's learned, she's wise. Doesn't mean to say literally having done studies, but you have an awful lot of wisdom. You have an awful lot to share and to bring to the world, yet you are staying here on that veranda, on that balcony, looking out over the world, not doing it. And that's what you have to change. You have to start doing that. That's what you have to do. And again here, you have this balance. You know all this stuff, balancing day and night, yin and yang. You're strong, you're empowered, you're the Queen of Forces. Truly empowered. You're also committed. You're passionate, because this is the Wands. So this is in normal tarot is the Queen of Wands. So you're dedicated, the warm and passionate, and yeah. You're strong, you're balanced. Oh, yeah, the Buddha prepares, similar thing. You've taken a long time to get to the point where you are now today, to collect this wisdom, to gather that wisdom. You've studied with many people, different people, various sources to get to where you are now. I don't think you've done, let's say that if, for instance, you have a lot of wisdom concerning healing, energy healing. I don't think you've done just a one method. Like, for instance, only Reiki, or I think you've done a whole lot of different things, studied with different people. And this is not just about energy healing, okay? I'm just giving examples. It's whatever it is that you have wisdom about, of. I think you've had different teachers, different settings that taught you, and you have learned so much. You have learned so much, and you're ready now. You know, here you weren't ready. Here you still had to learn and study and wait, and you know you were still preparing, etc., gathering wisdom and blah blah blah. And but you're here, you're there, you're balanced, you got it all. Now you're still in doubt, not knowing what to do, and oh yeah, well yeah, just waiting, not doing and not acting upon it. And this is also saying, like, he's getting these gems. I'm not certain if you can still see with the light. He's getting these gems from the, and he's not an apprentice anymore. Neither are you. You're not an apprentice anymore. You're ready. You've got a lot to bring the world. So you have to start doing that, and that's what that's what you should do. You have to leave behind that not doing that. And maybe you are thinking, well, I'm not ready yet. I first need to do another course. I have to do this first. I have to do that still, and then I'm ready. And then you have done that, and then you still, it's just lacking self-confidence in a way. So just go out there and do it, whatever it is. And it may take time for you to find your thingy. But that's all right, you'll get there, because that's what this card says as well, that you might do all kinds of different things, and that it may appear that you get that you are scattering your energies, but that's not true, because by doing that you will learn again, you will get wiser again, you will attain more wisdom, meaning you can get more balance, even more balance, and you can help more people, and that way you will find your purpose. You're walking towards your heart. You are supposed to learn a lot this life. You are supposed to learn a lot and get more wisdom, and then you can also share that with others, help others with that, in whatever shape or form that is, because that depends on what it is that you want to do, and that's all I get. That's what I feel strong, very strong. You have to learn an awful lot this life. That's what you want. That's what you came here for. Well, stop being shy and lacking confidence and go out there and share it. Spread your wisdom, spread your light, because that's why you are gaining that wisdom, you know. It's not to just sit here, stand on that balcony. Do something with it. Alright? Okay, then I'll be back with the second recording with the rest of the reading. Well, I'll see you there, I hope.